Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel, and this is surprise, surprise, a Doctor Who news video.
Hooray!
News that's olds, I guess.
Yes.
Uh,
Surprise, surprise, it's again not Robot of Sherwood.
no, it is not a robot of Sherwood. That will come soon, probably still this month, but we'll see. Now we're gonna have a quick chat about the trailer that came out after the Christmas special on Christmas Day, which at the time was just new season preview. Although I went back to look at it on YouTube today, and it's now titled Season One Preview in
It
big
is.
letters. So I think they somewhat cheekily didn't name it that to start with, and have since gone back and changed it,
Yeah.
which is very sneaky, BBC.
Almost as
Um,
if it's a dumb idea, BBC.
yeah, it's very silly of you. But anyway, season one and numbering aside, this looked like a pretty fun. I say season 8 episode run that we've got to look forward to.
Yeah.
Um, you had little glimpses of the Beatles, which was long rumored and now confirmed,
Yep.
obviously.
Yep.
So more music to come, because you cannot have a Beatles episode with no music. I
I'd be
think.
very surprised.
I mean, they could
Depends
do a
how
whole thing where
expensive
it's.
the Beatles music is.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's not quite in public domain
Even
yet, I don't
Disney
think.
doesn't have the money
Uh,
for
no,
like
no,
5 or 6 Beatles songs.
no,
But
exactly.
maybe original musical numbers.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Or that could be the whole plot. Could be that Jinx Monsoon, who I think is in the same episode, maybe
That's
by the
my
looks of it.
guess.
Yeah.
But
Maybe she's stolen the music,
it's
and
the plot
then
of the
there's
film
no.
yesterday.
It
It's
is,
just
yeah.
that.
Everyone's forgotten the Beatles and the Doctor
Yeah,
and
it's a
Ruby
hour
Sunday have to
long
sing.
remake of the film yesterday.
Oh, I'd allow it. Maybe they'll put Anna de Armas in this one, uh,
Maybe.
because
I
they
mean, Lily
that's
James was
it.
in yesterday, so
I
get on
know,
this,
but
I say.
the inside thing is that Anna de Armas was in the trailer for yesterday. I think it
Oh
was yesterday,
yeah, is that the
and
one
they went
that
through the
someone
whole
like
lawsuit.
sued?
Yeah,
Yeah, because
yeah.
she was in the
So
trailer
because
and
she
then
was
not in the
cut,
final film.
and allegedly they went to
I
see
do
the film
hate
because of
that
her.
when they put stuff in the trailer that's not in the film. It's
Yeah, I mean, I can understand if it's like a plot point that's not in there, but an act like a
I
whole
wouldn't sue
actor
someone.
is a whole actor is ridiculous. Um,
Yeah,
anyway, that's a joke. That's a tangent. But yeah, so the Beatles, I think, will probably be the one that everyone is most excited for
I know
leading
I
up to
am.
this series.
Yeah,
Exactly. So it'd be interested to see how that goes. I know already. I think just after that trailer aired, already Beatles fans are annoyed at how they were portrayed,
they
with
don't
certain
look
guitars.
brilliant, but it's that there was
I
nothing.
mean, yeah, but this is also the same show that recently portrayed Isaac Newton differently to what most people would think he
This
looks
is
like.
also
So
true.
I think they can kind of get away with it at this point. I don't think there's that much to be bothered about.
Yeah,
They've thrown historical
until
actors out of
they
it.
turned out to be evil aliens in the episode.
That's true. Yeah, I mean they made William Shakespeare hot, so
That's true.
you
They
know
made the royal
if
family werewolves, and they got away with that.
yeah, exactly for now. Um,
Yeah.
so Beatles, weird aliens. We got a couple of good shots of some aliens. We got one of the little weird slug
Giant slug
thing,
things in action. Yeah.
um, which has been spotted in some set photos that came out last year during filming.
Yeah.
And they look just as silly in this trailer as they did.
They really do. I was like,
So
I wonder what they're gonna add in the actual episode. That
yeah,
they just the tentacles just move.
terrible.
That's what's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So weird
that'll
stuff
be
always to look forward to.
interesting to see how that one goes. That one looks very sort of the style of that of the glimpses we saw of the two characters sort of there. It looks very sort of 1950s esque, like that kind of style.
Yeah.
So whether that's set on Earth, because again, all of these stories may be set Earth or Earth adjacent, similar to Series One.
What a
Surprise,
surprise.
surprise! I
Yeah.
know, because we haven't really seen too much that's not on
And there
Earth,
seems
or
to
at
be
least doesn't
also
look
one
like
on the
it.
space station, so they're really going
Well,
for
this is it. This
something.
is it. There's a space station which could be in orbit around Earth. We've got at least two, the Beatles and the Jonathan Groff episode. They're at least, I assume, set on Earth.
Yeah,
Um,
seems to be.
the slug thing, don't know where that is. and there's other clips. We've obviously got the return of Unit, which we know is set on Earth. And with there only being 8 episodes, and that being 4 of them, if they're 4 separate episodes, that's already half the series that's at least set on Earth or a space station. Which is fine, Series one is one of the best series to come out of New Who, and most of that is set on Earth. So you don't have to go away from Earth to have a solid season. This could be
just make it less special by doing it again.
Exactly.
Hooray!
The other thing to obviously mention is the range of outfits that both Ncuti and Millie have throughout this.
This is where the budget's going. Just all these.
It really
costumes.
is. It's absolutely ridiculous.
That is the main thing I'm looking forward to in the Jonathan Gross episode is shooting in that outfit. He rocks that. He looks so good.
He does.
It should be illegal for anyone to look good in an outfit like that, and yeah, he does.
In a horrific outfit like that. Yeah. It's the time. It's the style of the time. He can literally fit into. He's a perfect Time Lord. He can fit into any time. Doesn't need to worry about it.
It's true.
But yeah, so that's all great. He's got like a black leather jacket at some point. God knows when that is. I think that's the outfit he's wearing when he's back in the unit HQ. I think he's got like a bluey shirt on, which I think is in the first episode, because I think that's what he's wearing in a clip that was released for Unleashed. Obviously, he's got the 2 era themed costumes, the one for the Beatles, which is that blue pinstripe one, which we've already seen, and the Regency one, which again we've already seen, because they do like showing off those promo pictures that probably been about a year by the time we actually see the episode, by the time that will have been.
I can't remember when they came out.
Oh gosh, you're not wrong. The elephant in the room, I guess, is Martha back? Is Martha there? Is she in the background? Is she
Is that what people are saying?
Yeah, like one of the first clips, like Ncuti in the foreground, and you can see it's Millie, and then there's another character sort of even further back that's got that, that classic Martha hair up business style that she had in her first episode for Torchwood, when she comes into the thing and she's got.
Have Doctor Who fans seen the back of a black woman's head and thought, "Well, must be Martha"?
No, they've seen no. They've seen a blurry outline of a black woman and gone, "That must be Martha."
I'm so tired. She was in the 60th, apparently, guys. She was in the 60th. So, I mean, she'll come back at some point, but maybe. I mean, I would like to see her again. But also, why is it season 1 if Martha's coming back?
Yeah, I think this is the thing, is it can't be a fresh take if you're then going to be like, but then Mel's coming back, so
exactly. It's a stupid idea to call it season 1.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. But I guess these kind of feel like they should be series 2 vibes, similar to what they did with Sarah Jane in series 2 of the original 2005 run.
Even now we're like, what do we call that?
It's just
so stupid.
I'm trying to be like season 1, series 1 and season 1, but then the classic Who season 1 is season 1, which is what they're calling it. So I don't know. New
that
season
episode
1.
of Doctor Who when?
Yes, it really will be. But yeah, I mean, confirming characters that we know are coming back. We've got Mel, obviously, who is riding a little moped around London with Ncuti on the back, which looks fun, and Rose as well, which is nice. Yes. Seemingly working for Unit, unless it's bring not really your niece to work day, in which case they have done. So, are we about to see the return of David Tennant?
Probably. Let's not lie.
It's going
to be the backdoor pilot for his spin-off, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. You've got to think, if it will all depend on how much of a. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, Disney's got its fingers in the pie, but they have obviously had a knack of being like and spinning off shows, and they've done it, I'd say, more successfully with the Mandalorian than they have with Marvel.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they're following their Star Wars format of maybe 1 spin-off, maybe 2, rather than here's every single thing we can think of. You're welcome.
Yeah.
And they've done it successfully by putting the characters in the show, working them in so you like them, and then going, and there we go. You can now go off. I don't think they'll get David Tennant back, mainly because I don't think he would necessarily want to do a whole season again. I know that he said he likes it, but I think he's just too tired. He's a tired man. He's doing plays and productions. He's got Good Omens going on. So
Good Omens seems to be too. He's in Macbeth in London at the minute.
Yeah, so he's just too busy. However, it could be a backdoor pilot for Unit and their spin-off, which wouldn't surprise me.
No.
But I think overall there is a lot to be excited about in this trailer. We have Jonathan Groff and Susie from Torchwood. Her name.
Oh, Indira Varma.
There we go. I could not have said that. Yes, so she's not Susie.
The Duchess or the Governess?
The Duchess. The Duchess. So again, not sure where that's going, but it does certainly seem that Jonathan Groff is not of a Regency era.
No.
Given the fact he has a space gun.
Mm-hmm. That is my first clue.
There seems to be maybe a little bit of a romance between the two of them as well, between Groff and Shuti, which
I think
wouldn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
And that will definitely piss off the right people. And I am very excited for it. Yeah. Is Jonathan Groff just Captain Jack? Number 2? V2?
I think it's just too risky a character to bring back at all now. I do think he's a time agent.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is he won't? I don't think he'll be.
He's the replacement of that sort of character. I think they're going to have.
He's the scoundrel that they're going to have.
What's he like? Oh, classic Jonathan Groff showing up. What's he like? There'll be that kind of vibe, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Like you want to trust him, but you really shouldn't.
Yeah.
But, you kind of like him anyway. I think it'll be that kind of vibe.
I think the only issue is because of his fame. How much is he going to be available? How much is he going to be in it? Because John Barrowman, we know John Barrowman's absolutely keen for literally anything, any work possible he'll be game for. So I don't think Jonathan Groff's quite in that ballpark.
Jonathan Groff is never not on Broadway. He's in it with Dan Radcliffe at the minute. So he definitely wouldn't be in like Shooty's second series because he's literally just been doing that every day for like 6 months now. So I think it probably will be like a one-off with like an option to return, maybe, but not necessarily. Which is fine. I mean, it's just fun to get him on.
They could easily get around that by just saying he's a new Time Lord, rogue Time Lord thing, because we've got the cliche rogue Time Lords, the Master, the Rani, whatever you want to. Oh, bring her back. Why not just bring a new guy? Huh? Why not just bring a new?
Well, that's obviously the Rani.
Bring a guy, of course. Yeah, bring a new cool Time Lord guy. A Time Lord that went rogue and was a time agent. And
bring the Corsair back to life, and it's Jonathan Groff.
Well, you could do something like that, and then that way, if he's not available, you could just get someone else in.
He died on
Master S. Just say he died. It's me now, and you don't even have to say he died. You could
then you can do the classic cheesy reveal of it's you.
Exactly.
What would his Time Lordy name be though? Doctor Master.
I was just thinking because if you've got the Duchess, which again could be a Time Lord name, the obvious follow-up is the Duke for that. So
what I would give for there to be a Time Lord is the Duke in Doctor Who. I would never ever stop.
Be unbearable. That's what it is.
I would become unbearable. Yeah.
And then everyone will just because everyone will see your usernames and be like, oh, you're just a Doctor Who fan. That's not your real name.
It's my name. I promise. Scroll back in my tweets.
This is just wild speculation at this point because all we know about this character is he has a space gun and he wears.
He's played by Jonathan Groff.
He does some dances.
I'm personally quite glad he wears outfits.
As opposed to another certain rogue time agent that doesn't
be put on a very different Doctor Who kind of show. People haven't got their clothes on.
Oh wow, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's too much else to mention from the trailer. I mean, there's a few other sort of miscellaneous shots. Somebody steps on like a mine.
My favorite shot is Ruby hitting the camera with a book.
Yeah.
There's like that. POV, she's like, ah.
Yeah.
Wait to know who that is.
Maybe that's a Screen Regency one. Yeah, that could be that. It could be the Duchess, getting slapped about. There's one where there's some old lady on some hills. And like, oh, who's the old lady? And who knows? No idea. That could be the woman that's appeared twice now, the one that was at the bar, and the one that was Isaac Newton's servant. Could be her. It's the same kind of long white hair. So Maybe
It
could be Mrs. Flood. You never know. That could, there's that whole thing. There's the weird in the corridor of the space station, the weird alien that goes very sort of. That looks very spooky. Whether they're gonna start the
series
off
like
with the
one of the dregs on steroids, I think.
Yeah, that's exactly right. With this weird little like a Demogorgon dreg crossover.
It feels like that's gonna be like an alien kind of vibe episode.
Yeah, definitely with the clip that came out as well. Yeah. But if that's the first episode that's coming out, that's a very strong start.
Instant it's just trauma for
horrifying. Yeah,
the only way to go. But then episode 2 is going to be like a musical Beatles, so
I know it's fun with the Beatles. Yeah. God, could you imagine?
The trailer ends with the Doctor being like, "It's just fun." So I think overall, that's what we're going to expect.
I think overall, someone will be horrified by the end.
Otherwise, I will sue. If there's even a moment of sadness or horror, I will sue for false advertising.
Yeah. When the Doctor gets recalled to Division again, like, you said there was no boss. What's going on? But yeah, I mean, some fun clips. Literally, it's 30 seconds. The series isn't out until May. You haven't got a specific May date yet, but May, so that's quite a while.
This time in 4 months, it may have started.
It may have started. Yeah.
I didn't even mean to do that.
But at the same time, it might not start until the end of May, and we may have, however long it goes up to. It's only eight weeks, assuming that they put them out on a weekly basis and not.
Yeah, depends if they want to do the streaming 2-episode premiere kind of deal.
Yeah, exactly, or 2-episode finale. It depends if the finales are 1 episode or a 2-episode. But we'll see. I think
for the content creators if they release 2 episodes at once.
Oh, I know. But at least they trialed sort of releasing it on Disney Plus at the same time, worldwide, and it seemed to work quite well. I don't think anyone was a dick and sort of spoiled stuff. I mean, I wasn't looking at social media while the episode was on, so somebody might have skipped to the end and gone, "Oh, look at that!" But I didn't really see anything from my point of view. So I guess
I think they put it up after it's finished broadcasting here. I think.
Oh, do they?
I think it's like the second it finishes is when they put it on. That's their way around it, I think.
Interesting. Because I know that's what they did for us.
As I am not, I'm not an international person in the UK kind of terms, so I can't say for sure, but I think that's what they said they were doing.
Yeah, you're not an international audience member.
No.
Is how they would put it.
Sadly, I do live in the UK.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, you get it for free, but at what cost? I don't think there's too much else to talk about that came out of the trailer. The only thing that sort of happened in the past couple of weeks was more potentially production news around the war between the land and the sea, or whatever it's called. The muted Sea Devil Silurian spin-off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reserve judgment until we see a clip of it at least. But
it's gonna be so silly. Can't wait.
It's a strange thing to start with, and I mean, it could be that again there's a backdoor pilot. Maybe the series finale of the first series links into Sea Devils.
I want it to be 18 plus, the most gruesome shit you've ever seen. I want to see
just Sea Devils just ripping the Silurian.
Silurian enough. Yeah, exactly what I want from my new spin-off.
That's what I want.
I want to see Sea Devils banging.
Yeah.
I want a sex gas episode with Silurians.
God, terrible. They would know how to combat that. They probably dealt with that gas millions of years ago.
I want a Sea Devil in the Cyberwoman outfit. I want it
all. Oh God, terrible. Just a Silurian wearing a Sea Devil skin so they can infiltrate the base.
Oh dear.
That'll be if it comes off. I'm curious. I think this is one of the ones where I'm like, they have to have a good idea for this to have even spawned in their head.
Exactly. Yeah. They can't just be doing it for the sake of it. Because what a weird idea to do.
What a way to start as well. Of all the things that Doctor Who created, why are you going with Silurians and Sea Devils? When you could do Zygons, you could do Cybermen. You could do literally any other interesting villain, and you've gone for Sea Devils and Silurians, which they are underused. So you've got plenty of space to work.
But maybe they should stay underused.
Yes, yeah. In terms of
I think the main thing is, if it is a thing that's happening, I would be interested to see if they've redesigned the Silurians. I think the Sea Devil's barely the same, but
yeah, because they only just came back, but it's been a while for the Silurians. But then again, I think the Silurian makeup is a lot easier for people to
you
wear.
can literally just say like they said with when they reintroduced in Series 5, like, oh, it's just a different kind of Silurians. So you can literally just
you racists. It's just different Silurians. Racist.
Hashtag not my Silurians.
Oh yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't think there's been too much else in terms of sort of Doctor Who news. A couple of the target novelizations have been released physically now. I am still waiting for 2 of mine. I ordered all 3 at once. Only 1 has arrived, and it was the Giggle as well, the last one. I'm like, what are you doing here? It doesn't matter because I've seen them all. But what's coming up? You know,
they've done that for a giggle.
Oh, they really have. And then I think they're releasing the Church on Ruby Road novelization. Whether it's a Target one or not, I don't know. There was mention that it is, but then at the same time, they've kind of avoided saying that it is. So yeah, that'll be interesting.
It doesn't look like one, but also it is.
No. They've obviously got the new collection box set that was just announced coming out, which you know isn't a surprise. They'll get all of them out eventually, except for probably season 1 at this point, unless something changes.
Yeah, they should have done that earlier, shouldn't they?
They really should have started with that one.
They should have got on with that one earlier. Yeah.
God, never mind. Whoopsie. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else, unless there's anything that you've spotted in the past few weeks that you wanted to mention.
I don't think so. I think that's kind of everything. You know, they're just letting us simmer on the recent episodes before they can start ramping it up in a couple of months for May. Yes.
And I mean, as always, the BBC's marketing machine always ends up starting roughly 2 to 3 weeks before the actual first episode is going to go out. So depending on what BBC, what Disney want to do, I wouldn't expect to see anything new until at the earliest late February, start of March.
We might get a few episode titles, but we'll see.
Maybe, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if
the Church on Abbey Road.
Oh, they're all just the Church on, and it's just different places. The Church on the space station.
The Church on Jinx Monsoon. That's how she dies in the episode.
Like the Wizard of Oz.
I want every single episode the Doctor kills the main villain with the church, just somehow.
Yeah, why not? That'd be great. It just specifically changes them up, takes them to the top, and just pushes them off the TARDIS so they land on the ceiling. Like that.
Half Space Man, all of them.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I mean, we'll probably get some stuff in Doctor Who magazine. You know, we'll have 3 between now and then, so we'll almost definitely get something in a couple of issues' time. And yeah, we'll just keep an eye out with what's coming next. For us, however, next we've avoided it long enough. We must.
We haven't even avoided it. It's just been crazy.
It's true, yeah. Next up, we will be talking about Robot of Sherwood.
At last.
We're finally going to get there.
Got to rewatch it.
Finally going to hear it. I really am going to have to rewatch it.
That's not good.
Spoiler alert, that's not good. But that will finally come out at some point this month. We'll finally sit down and crack on with Peter Capaldi while we're waiting for more
you've been
stuff.
chomping at the bit for it. It's finally
coming. Definitely, yeah. Don't worry. We're finally getting there. Soon in the Forest of the Night, we'll be with you.
God.
Terrible. But yes, that'll be it for now, and we will be back hopefully next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.